Hey, let's face it, when a doctor says, trust me, that doesn't work anymore. People want an explanation of what is happening. And that's why we're going to talk about care plans today. Hey, I'm Dr. Randy Wirtz in Thrive Chiropractic, pediatric, neurologically focused chiropractor. And we're here to clear up some confusion because a lot of times people will come in here, that was never explained to me that way. Wow, I never knew that. And it makes sense to me now. Those are the phrases I start to hear from people that maybe have been to other healthcare professionals before, and they just really never had an explanation. Nothing can be more confusing or more frustrating is when you have a test done, you don't even know what the results are. You're calling the doctor 2 weeks later, hey, is everything okay? What's happening? And they don't even tell you why they're even doing it. And that makes absolutely no sense to me at all. So that's why we're going to talk about care plans today. So people understand when they come into this office, we have a plan for you to get better. And the care plan is based on, hey, what are you telling me in your case history? The consultation, okay? Hey, people send me their information before they even come. We have them do it online. And that way I can be prepared and I'm writing and reading. Tell me more. I want to know more about this. When did this happen? Okay. How is this affecting your life? What are your goals? I want to know those types of things. So I know at first what the expectations are, but it allows me to really seek into where the source of the problem is. Remember, I'm looking at the nerve. So I'm using those symptoms as a way to trace back where the source of the problems are in the nervous system, okay? Oftentimes they are, sometimes they're not. Oftentimes they very much are, but the exam and the physical exam and the computer scans will definitely confirm this as well. And that's why we use those to monitor, because each part of those three components is going to allow me to say, hey, what's the frequency of care? Okay, how many visits and how long is the duration of care? And we're going to break those down for you here now so you can have a good, clear understanding of why we do the care plan, because we want you to get the best results. And I will tell you, the people that understand this when they come in and they go, this makes so much more sense to me now, they always get the better results. I mean, I'm not saying like sometimes, kind of, 99% of the time. No, always get the better results because they have an understanding of why we're doing what we're doing, and we can relieve that, and you can focus, or they can focus on healing too. Even if it's not them, even if it's their children, they still get better results. So let's break this down. The frequency. I'm going to give you a great analogy. I love analogies because you understand them. And it's something that you already know, but I know you've done this before. You boil a pot of water, okay? It's simple as easy. Hey, I need to boil a pot of water. And so what does that take? It takes momentum at the beginning. You don't turn it on low and watch the water evaporate before it starts to boil. You have to turn it on high. Why? Because it needs momentum. Frequency equals momentum. You need that drive. You need that momentum to get that water going, because these problems in the nervous system are like bad habits. You need to focus on them. You need constant attention on it right away up front so your body can keep re-educating itself, getting rid of the bad habits and replacing it with new habits. So that's why we use the frequency, especially more at the beginning of care, and then as the exam and the scans determine what the next steps are. And we do exams along the way to determine what the course of the frequency of care is too along the way. So the number of visits, well, that's how big the pot of water is. Now you can have to cook with a kettle. Maybe you're just having a good old-fashioned seafood boil and you need a big old pot of water boiling, or you might be making oatmeal, right? One's a cup of water, the other one is 5 gallons, right? And it's going to determine how long that's going to take, or how much energy is going to be required to change that nervous system around, to restore the proper function, to get rid of that nerve interference so the nervous system can work the best way possible can. Obviously, it's going to determine, these things are going to determine how deep these nerve problems are these subluxations. And I use interference or nerve interference or subluxations. They're synonymous. Stuck in stress, synonymous. You just have to realize the nervous system's not working correctly. How deep are these? How severe are these? Okay? And then how long have they been there? The chronicity of them. Hey, if I'm seeing somebody who's 16 years old and they've had this problem from birth, I know it's going to take a lot longer time than for somebody who's 16 years old and just developed some issues. We were in an accident and they developed an issues for 6 months or last week. I know the healing and the number of visits is going to be drastically different between those as well. So that's something that I factor in as well. And then obviously duration of care. How many weeks, how many months, how many months, or it might take a lifetime to just constantly be on this, depending on how people are coming in and what their focus is on too. So think about this duration. Boiling a block of ice is going to take a lot longer than to boil water that's already warmed up. So if we're primed, not everybody comes in with the same health condition. If a child is older than a baby, babies tend to heal faster than people who are 65. Just an FYI, okay? Sorry to break your bubble there, but it does happen. How is your diet? What's the stress like in your life? What's the environment like? All those things come into a factor as well. We have ways to measure the stress that's built up called HRV. See my other posts too, about HRV. It's a way to measure how much stress is in the body, what's the body condition. It tells me how long this is going to take for the person to heal. So frequency is the momentum. We have to change those habits right away. Number of visits, that's how big the pot of water is. And then the duration of care tells me what we're actually boiling or what's the state of your health at that time, to make it simple for you. Hey, I hope this makes sense for you. And I hope that when you get a chiropractor or you seek chiropractic care, they lay these out really simple for you so you understand what is happening. So when I see parents and I say, hey, this is what we're going to do, this is what the frequency means, this is what the number of visits mean, this is why we're doing this duration, they make sense to them and they have a sense of ease coming over their body. It's like, wow, this makes absolutely perfect sense to me why you have a plan. And plus, people like to know that you have a plan, not just let's try and see what we're going to happen. It's like they want certainty. People want to know what's going to happen and how they're going to function and what's going to happen, what to expect along the way. So we make sure we talk to parents about that as well. And your chiropractor should be talking to you about this as well. And if this makes sense to you, by all means, if you're looking for somebody, if you need some help, let me know. And I hope this clears up so much confusion with you when it comes to chiropractic and how we get great results. Hey, take care. God bless. Have a great day. Bye-bye.